And the youth project is working. Arsenal 2, West Ham nil, and all the Arteta ins can now come out and have a great time. It looks like all us, the Arteta outs, are in the mud. This is how it goes. But nah, to be real, I'm happy. 2-0. I think we deserved it. I think West Ham, to be honest, really disappointed me. I thought that they would come out and actually bring the game to us, but they didn't. They sat back. They sat back the first half. They sat back the second half. And I think Martinelli, Saka, Lacazette, I think they were all man of the matches. I think they all played really well. Obviously, I'll give it to Martinelli just to see how he drives forward, how he's always trying to look to open up the opposition from the first minute. He was trying to, you know, cut them down and press them and really bring the game to West Ham. And this was a great performance by Arsenal today. I think probably the best I've seen all season. And I do think the first 20, 25 minutes, it took us a while to get into the game. We wasn't really in the game for the first 20 minutes. I think we were slow, lethargic. And this is the type of thing that annoys me sometimes of Arsenal. We did it against Southampton, then we did it again today. We're slow to start off, we're slow to get the ball rolling, and that's something that Arteta needs to address. We need to be on it from minute go. But then Saka cuts in into their box and he goes to shoot, and his leg catches one of the West Ham players, and yeah, that was a missed opportunity. But the way he opened them up and made a opportunity for himself, I think was great. Martinelli tries to shoot, uh, the ball falls to Lacazette, and Dawson takes him down. And to be honest, I thought that was a bit of a decision that could have potentially been looked into to be a penalty, but you get some, you lose some, I guess. Saka lays it on the plate to Xhaka, and Xhaka's shot was blocked. That was another opportunity, and that was the story of our first half. We had so many opportunities to score, and we didn't. We could have capitalised. We were all over West Ham, and we should have brought it to West Ham, and we didn't. Was good, but in the final third, we were lethargic. We wasn't clinical enough. We didn't finish them off, and that was a little bit frustrating. But that was the story of the first half. It was there was one where Saka lays it on the plate to Xhaka, it's blocked, and then Tini hits the post. Another shot hits the post or goes wide. Um, Laka has a shot and it falls to Martinelli. Martinelli's open in front of goal and he misses it. And these are the kind of issues, these are the kind of situations that the ball needs to be put in the back of the net, you know? If you go into a first half and you're the dominant team and you let that team then, you know, recoup, sometimes you come out in the second half and then you'll be punished for it. In football, we see it all the time. Luckily for us, we come out in the second half. Within the first 2 minutes, Lacazette plays Martinelli through, and he slots it bottom right. And he was just immense. Martinelli today was immense. Saka was immense. To be honest, the way Lacazette, this match just suited him to a T. He was holding up the ball, bringing Martinelli back in, bringing Odegaard in, bringing Saka into play, and that's something that we don't get from Aubameyang. If he doesn't score a goal, if you don't give it to him in the plate in the 18-yard box, then he's not really going to bring much. And that's something that we saw Lacazette, thrive in today. Honestly, his 1-2 touches, plays with the midfield, with the wingers, and the way he was just bringing people into play, the way he was dragging West Ham players, out of position and creating space for Saka and Martinelli was excellent, absolutely excellent. Lacazette today had an amazing game today, and for me, he played really, really well. The Lacazette penalty for me was never a penalty. For me, I just felt like the West Ham player got the ball, and if he won the ball, I mean, he can't, with the momentum that he's coming in to get the ball, as long as he times it right and gets the ball, it's a fair tackle. He has just as much as a right to go in for the tackle as the striker has to go into the box and try to score. So, had he mistimed it, how Alonso did for Chelsea in their last match, then I would have said yes, it is a penalty. But he got the ball, and he's in the right to get the ball, and it just so happens that his momentum takes the ball off of him and it rolls. But it just so happens as well with the way Lacazette was running towards the box, his momentum showed that he couldn't get out of the way. But I think it's a fair tackle. At the end of the day, they just nowadays with some of the rules, I know some people going back and forth about it. Some people just expect defenders to just allow the attacker to just cut in and do whatever the hell they want. But at the end of the day, the defender has as much right to go for the ball, as anybody else. So for me, it was never a pen. I think it was harsh. I think the red was harsh as well. Even some people that are saying it, it was a pen, but it wasn't a yellow. I can understand that as well. But for me, I just don't see anything wrong in it. And Martinelli plays Saka through on goal, but he misses again. Um, but Martinelli goes down and Arteta drags him back up. That was something that for me was just mad. Like, Martinelli goes down injured and then Arteta's grabbing him and telling him to go back and dragging him back on. It's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, the guy's injured. Like, are you crazy? Are you high? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even see if my guy's okay. He's limping and he's dragging him back on, and then he was forced to take Martinelli off and then put Nketiah. But it's like, why are you putting on Nketiah if Pepe's there? Like, there has to be an agenda right now against Pepe. Like, he cannot get even 5 minutes of game time. I mean, what's all that about? Do you know what I'm saying? We're continuously giving minutes to Nketiah. That's made it clear that he doesn't want to be here. He's not signing a contract, and in 6 months he can walk away for free. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're trying to what? You're trying to convince him now that he's got 6 months left. And this is why he's a donor. You know what I mean? Ele un idiota, and I've always said it. This is why, because what are you doing here? Like, the 70 mil pound player is sitting on the bench, but the kid that's not even a quarter of that doesn't want to sign a contract, he gets all the game time. Like, it's just a joke thing. Like, honestly, it's just a joke. The 1-2 between Saka and Smith Rowe, and the way Smith Rowe just buried that bottom right was just 10-10. Like, honestly, like, the youngsters just keep on, showing the older lot of this team, like, how it's done. And the way they've been playing, Saka, Smith Rowe was really good when he came on. Martinelli, do you know what I mean? And, like, really good performance. To be honest, I didn't think Partey had a bad performance today. I think he redeemed himself. He's had shockers after shockers. And yeah, I was really, really... I thought I was going to see something else from West Ham, but they just really went into their shell. They weren't coming out, and we capitalised. And I've said this before, if you don't bring the game to Arsenal, then we'll beat you, like Southampton. They did well in the first half, Southampton, before, but then as soon as they sat back, we opened them up. And that's what we do. But if you press us like Brentford, like Liverpool, like Man City, like Man United, then you can get a result. And I think Moyes got the game plan completely wrong. Well, obviously he did, because we won 2-0. But it's just like, you could play attacking football. How many chances did Antonio get? How many runs did Bowen make? Asking questions of our centre-backs. I think Gabriel was solid. I think Tomiyasu was solid. Tierney was really good, whipping in balls. Sometimes there was no one in there, but you know how it is. We don't normally get too many people in the box every time one of our fullbacks are trying to cross the ball into the box. So for me, it was just a great performance. I didn't feel threatened at all by West Ham. I thought Antonio would be bullying Gabriel and Ben White, but I didn't see that going on. And yeah, I'm chilled, I'm calm, because it was a chilled, calm performance. I don't feel like we was ever threatened. I felt like, the first 20 minutes, as I said before, I felt like it was backwards, sideways, same old crap. But then when we got our flow and got into the rhythm, we had multiple opportunities, Lacazette could have had a goal. Martinelli could have had 2. Saka could have had a goal or 2. Do you know what I mean? And that's the type of performances you want to see. For me, even if Aubameyang comes back for the next match, he can sit on the bench. I think it's working better at the moment, having a Lacazette, because even if he doesn't score, he brings more to the team. His overall gameplay just suits us, creating things in the middle, giving people runs, laying the ball off, just little things like that, holding players off and then bringing other players in. And that is what we want to see. That's what we want going forward as a football club and as a team. And for me, this is why I was always crying out for so long. I was always crying out for Martinelli to start, Martinelli to be in the game and everything, because he's a baller. And we've seen this before. We saw this under Emery. And now that he's getting game times, what a surprise. Now he's getting game time. Look what you can do. And if Pepe was to get the same game time, would see what he could do as well. You know what I'm saying? I think Martin Odegaard, I've said it before, if he doesn't score, what does he do? What does he really bring? I don't think he's that bad. He does, hold possession, but my problem with him is he doesn't drive forward enough. He doesn't open up opposition enough, and you're a number 10. You need to be that spark. Lacazette did it today, dropping in deep, playing people in. Martinelli, Martinelli was creating things for other people. Saka also. The only one is Odegaard. If he doesn't score, I don't see him assisting. I don't see him, laying the ball for Lacazette. I don't see him assisting Saka or assisting anybody else. And that's my problem with him. Like, you're a midfielder. You need to be creative. You need to be more creative. You don't play in a party position. You're not a CDM. If you're playing as a cam, a number 10, then you need to be more creative. You need to bring more to your game, and that's something that I feel like Smith Rowe has in abundance. Smith Rowe is someone, he drives forward. He's always looking to ask questions of the midfield and the defense. He's always looking to drag people out of position. And for me, he's still the midfielder. He's still the player that I prefer in the number 10 for me, out of the options that we've got. But today was a great performance. I'm chilled. I'm calm. I feel like I'm going to sleep well. And this is what I want to see. I want to see dominant performances like today. The only thing is, we only see it against Southampton, or no offense to West Ham. I mean, West Ham has done really well, but they're not traditionally the big six. I want to see us doing this against the traditional big six. Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, you know what I mean? Those kind of clubs. That's what I want to see us dominate, and we don't. And we haven't so far this season. So as much as I can say this is a good performance, I'm still Arteta out, because at the end of the day, this is something that's been going on for too long. We've always had this. We're good against the smaller teams, or the not so traditional big six, and then when we come up against the actual elite teams of this league, we fold and we capitulate. No one can't tell me we didn't fold against Liverpool, against Man City. We let Brentford, that just come through, look like prime flipping Barcelona. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's not good enough. And that's where it needs to improve. And for me, until that improves, I'm still going to be Arteta out. And for me, it's just, we're too hot and cold. And if you want to compete for the league, which is the whole reason we even moved to the Emirates, to win more leagues, to win Champions Leagues. And when you're a club of this stature, as Arsenal Football Club, and you claim that we're the biggest club, then this is the type of performances that we need. We need to be beating the best teams, not just the bottom half teams. And until we do that, I'm going to be Arteta out all day, every day. And that's not going to change. One result like this is not going to change. But we know how it is with Arsenal. It will change for everybody else, because that's how it goes at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? You haven't got to be consistent. Just win the odd match, and all the flipping Arteta ins are going to be coming out again, bashing all the Arteta outs, and this is how it is. But for me, my standards are up here, and for me, it's about competing for the league. And until you're competing for the league, you're not good enough for my club. So this manager's not good enough, and some people may say that I'm negative. I don't care. It's my opinion, and that's what I'm going to stick with. So that's my match preview. Man of the match for me goes to Martinelli. Laka was up there. Smith Rowe was up there. Tini was up there. And yeah, for me, that's it. But it's all round great performance. So stay tuned. I've got a special guest this Friday coming up with Tapping Tobes. And it's going to be Friday at 6 p.m. UK time. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, Arteta out.